Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the South Stand reaction. Everton 0, Aston Villa 0. A very, very frustrating game of football. One for me where Everton really should have won comfortably. Aston Villa just very, very strange how really poor they look. But anyway, listen, we started the game really well on the front foot. For the first 20 minutes we really penned them back. But the story of the game really was how slow we were in the final third. I just thought when we got to the final third, Grealish and Njai just slowed the ball down too much, and it just meant we just didn't create too many chances. That allowed them to get men behind the ball and really shut up shop. And yes, I think Grealish had a shot in the first half which Martinez has saved, and in the second half Keane has forced a great save out of Martinez, so he really was the difference today. Martinez, thanks for bringing him back for this game. But we look at so much of a different side. We look so much of a different side now. We're a lot more attacking, but I think there's still obviously things we need to work on. As I said, final third, last few games, it's been brilliant, but today, they've been able to study the first couple of games, understand that Jack Grealish likes to slow it down. If Jack Grealish is going to slow it down like that, we have to get players going past them. Jack will create chances, but we have to have players who go past him. And I think as long as the game went on, he got more and more frustrated and tried to do more and more things on his own. A couple of times instead of putting the ball in or maybe having a shot, he's ricocheted one off the defender and it's hit him and gone out, and he just looked like he was getting more and more frustrated, more in his own head, whether that's because it was against his old club, his boyhood club, or whether because he's desperate to do well, or whether it's because things are not working out for him. Again, I look at the full-back situation, and I think for me, there's nothing you can do at left-back today. But again, taking a player who's not a left-back and putting him there, who doesn't really want to come out of position, although he did come up the pitch today, James Garner, but not being natural, worrying about doing his defensive duties. I think it's all those little things that are just those little half percentages that can cost you. On the other side, don't get me wrong, Brien will get forward, but it's having someone who'll just create that little bit of space for Njai. And as I said, I thought we slowed it down all over the pitch. I thought in defence, I think not having a natural ball player makes it a little bit uncomfortable. I don't think Toffee and Michael Keane want the ball because what they started to do halfway through the second half is they started to press and make it uncomfortable for Toffee and Michael Keane. They don't want to lose the ball, they don't want to make mistakes, so they end up playing passes which aren't great passes basically. So yeah, what we have to do is obviously it's our first setback as such at Hill Dickinson Stadium, so we have to learn from it. But I thought, listen, we kept going, we went right to the end, the crowd were driving them on, but the atmosphere is good. We look like the team who were going to grab the 3 points. So from that point of view, that's really promising. That a team like Villa have come here to stifle us, because they didn't have anything. Don't think they forced Jordan Pickford into a real save. A few punches, a few catches, a few little things, but they didn't really force Pickford into a save that I can remember. Whereas Martinez has been the difference today, really has been the difference, making those two big saves. The centre-forward situation is a bit of a worry. Beto today, I thought he had one after 2 minutes. He had one a little bit later on. He had one just at the beginning of the second half where he hasn't really committed to it, hasn't taken that opportunity to really go for it. And I thought some of his play around the box, around the halfway line, absolutely fine. And again, when Barry came on, is there the real belief? Barry looks a little bit nervous, I find. I think he still looks a little bit nervous. But neither of them look like the centre forward who are really going to benefit from the type of attacking players we've got. And I think, as I said before, Dewsbury Hall didn't look the same player today without James Garner in the side. He really didn't. He didn't have that player behind him to, because Tim Iburum is another one who likes to go forward. He's not someone who's going to sit in like James Garner. So I do think we miss James Garner. again, there's another game, you know, Anfield obviously is a different thing, and the manager might have looked at it and thought, right, we can get McPartland back for Anfield next week, then that's where, you know, that's a massive game next week. It's a huge game of football. If we can get Mykolenko back from that, we could cope today. So if we can get Mykolenko back for next week, that's a really, really important thing. So I think Ghana really is the only true number 6 we've got. Don't get me wrong, Mail and Roll came on, I thought straight away he looked very, very comfortable on the ball, physically looked actually very comfortable, won a few headers, won a few tackles, pressed well. It's just, we just couldn't get the goal. We just couldn't get the goal today. If we'd got the goal, I think it would have been a very, very comfortable 2-0 victory. But Martinez just stopped us. But we've got to learn from it. We've just got to learn from today. Teams are going to come. You know what to do? The thing about today was it felt like back from the international duty. Played a couple of games here. Not that the excitement's wore off, but like it's home now, so you don't get that. Maybe that it hasn't got that novelty factor. So everyone was here. Everyone's settled. Everyone's knows the people around them, and everyone just sort of was a little bit more calmer about being here. And that might have maybe the atmosphere doesn't get going as quickly, but the Villa fans seem to like it. You can hear them singing. You can hear what the atmosphere is like around the ground once the away fans get going. It naturally makes sound just reverberates around it. So yeah, it's disappointing that we haven't taken the 3 points, but we haven't lost. We live and learn, and it's on to the Merseyside derby next week, and let's see what happens in that. And then obviously we've got the League Cup against Wolves, and then West Ham Monday Night Football, first proper night game here, which I'm really looking forward to. So yeah, very frustrating, but we keep the unbeaten run going, and keep that unbeaten run going, and hopefully a lot of you tomorrow will be getting down to Goodison to watch the women's game, because that's a historical moment. And if the Everton women's team tomorrow can get a win and loads of people there, that'd be brilliant if loads of people are supporting them there as well. So hopefully as many people get down there tomorrow and get to that game, which would be fantastic if you all can. So also, let me just mention before we go, the referee today. The referee was shocking. The referee was absolutely terrible. He ruined that game in large parts. Just his general lack of knowledge of how to referee a game of football. He broke the game up, and he let Martinez time waste. He let him time waste so badly. So he was horrendous. I'm sure Baz will have a lot of things to say about him. Anyway, there you go. Make sure to check out our other videos that will be coming out. Thanks for watching. See you later.